Yo, Elliot! Interesting question from our buddy Chris. He wants to know if, after having a vasectomy, has Elliott Hulse's strength suffered at all? So obviously he's heard me talk in interviews before where I've said, yes, I've been snipped. And does that make you any less of a man, Elliot? Are you less strong? Are you less masculine? Has your testosterone dropped ever since having that little tube that connects the sperm producer to the jizz producer that goes into your penis and helps you ejaculate seeds all over the place? Has that made you less of a man? Are you getting weaker? Right? And this was probably about 2 years ago. My son's 2 years old. No. Short answer, no. But I can tell you, it is an emasculating surgery. Let me describe it to you here, just in case you're thinking about doing it. And Elliott Hulse could say, told you so. So I go into the office, right? And the guy, he's really a creepy dude. He's an older guy, but he's got like jet black hair. And he asked me to lay on this bed. And up on the ceiling, there are like all these motivational sayings. And by the way, he's playing like 80s pop music on the radio station. And then there's all these motivational sayings like, you know, you can do it, you know, mind over matter, all this bullshit right above me as I'm watching this. And he has his assistant come in, shave me all up down there, and tie a rubber band around my mushroom tip, right? So she ties a fucking rubber band around it and then puts a pin on the other end of the rubber band and pins it to my shirt. So you can imagine what this looks like now, right? It looks like a medieval torture is going to happen with all these motivational sayings on the wall and 80s pop music going on. And he shows up and he wants to have conversation about the Rays. I live in Tampa Bay. And he's like asking me about the baseball team. Hey, what do you think about the Rays this year? I'm like, motherfucker, you're about to cut my dick open. I'm not talking about baseball with you. Anyway, but he insists and I'm not answering him. And he proceeds to make a small incision, and I don't see this at all. By the way, my wife is in the room, she watches this, and I think she's giggling. And makes a little incision and pulls out the tube, right? So you can imagine if you make an incision, the tube is like a loop, right? Pulls out the loop, cuts it, and then fuses the ends, and then glues me back up because the incision is so damn small. And for days afterwards, I felt like, I mean, at the moment, I just felt like humiliated, right? A piece of the penis was taken out. But for days, it just felt like someone kicked me in my nuts. Kicked me in my nuts, physically and metaphorically, right? I'm totally joking here. I have 4 children. I've got 3 daughters and a son, and I've got super sperm, and my wife is very fertile. So if I didn't have that surgery done, I'd probably be on child number 6 at this point, and my life is already stressful. All my time is already spoken for. So, and my wife is tired. You know, we're 34. I'm 34, she's 33. We've already got 4 children, and it's almost like we've done a lot in our short period of time here so far. So having more children was definitely not part of my plan. I know this is not your typical strength training question, but there are a lot of dudes here, and there are a lot of dudes that are probably thinking that, you know what, I might not want to have 10 children if I can avoid it, especially if you're with the same woman. So that's it, dude. It did not affect my manliness. In fact, I'm far more manly now than I was 2 years ago. Good luck. Yo, Elliot!